Hulvey. I'm from Brunswick, Georgia. And yeah, I make hip hop. We're in the Wick, Brunswick, Georgia. It's my good friend Austin Gregory's house. Before I moved to the A, I started coming here to record. I'd record here like a lot. I became inspired to create music in high school. Around freshman year, I met this guy named Eddie Spencer in band class. And I saw him writing in this notebook, and it turns out he was writing like raps. And I don't know, I seen him doing that and I always wanted to do the same thing. And so I started taking that for myself. We're back in my house. My brothers are outside playing football. I just have to whoop on them for a minute. People I'd say initially that helped me launch and support off the rip, like with me making music, was my family. Like mom, dad, my brother David, my brother Andrew, and that was big. My rap name isn't Chris Hulvey, like it's just Hulvey. That's our last name, so it's like, this doesn't just represent like me, but this represents like what God's done in them.
The true rapper here is Young Drew, y'all know that.
Like my mom had 2 surgeries on her voice, like for her voice, and they didn't like, she lost her singing voice, and she had like perfect pitch. So seeing God like do this to me isn't about me, but it's like also continuing her legacy, like what she did with music.
Yeah, this is where Chris, recorded night after night after night. He would be rapping and just spend time with the Lord, and this was his.
So it started off, I had like my MIDI board right here in the laptop, and like a little like handheld mic I would record on. This is the studio, the first one. As I was in Brunswick, you know, as I was growing in my faith, growing in music, a guy named Doug Pierce really just took me in like a little bro. It was like big bro, little bro. He was just mentoring me and discipling me. I remember our baptism, bro. Like me and my brother both got baptized by Doug at the beach. Like beautiful day. Like my mom like sang, like, and then like got to share our testimonies, and Doug baptized us. And, like I came out the water like weeping. I'll never forget that, bro.
Yeah. You're like listening to his stuff on like
on the laptop speakers.
Yeah, exactly. You're just going like.
You came over one day to like
man.
just soak it in as I was making stuff. It's crazy.
They put me on Snapchat. I can't do that.
Oh, there's only one rapper in the Wick. Ask Bailey. What up? Yeah, let's pray, man. Right, you here. So this is Malcolm Jones, aka Money Mouth, the president himself, the homecoming king himself, the employee of the year himself, the Rotaract president himself. Oh, that's too much. The man, the myth, the legend, E.J. Morenzi. That's my brother Davey. Nah, his name David. David Hulvey. This is Bailey Unterwagner, aka Joel Osteen in the flesh. So before I moved to the A, these are my boys. Backtown in the Wick, playing basketball every day, doing dumb junk in the dorms every day, freestyling every day, going to Popeyes every day. Me and Mal been through it, me and EJ been through it, me and Bailey been through it, me and David been through it. I got a little money mouth, gun, EJ, we pull up a slide. Bailey hit me on the line, David don't try, yeah we gonna all of these people in my life here in Brunswick like influenced my music. And like I would not be where I'm at without them. It was 2017, freshman year in college. I was making songs, put them on SoundCloud. The A&R at Reach, Ace Harris. I remember he tweeted and he was like, send beats. Like I guess to his DMs. So I would send him my songs. Like I was sending him SoundCloud links to my songs. And he hit me back.
We started building 3 years ago. I just heard your voice and I was like, yo, this kid kind of dope. Like, he just got something that's interesting. You cared about the art in a way where you weren't trying to be cool. You just was trying to be you.
That was the start of a long process of like ups and downs, and me growing as an artist, and Ace watched that happen the whole time. For a year and a half, I was in college, I'd sit in these classes, and I would be so, I guess just tired of just sitting there and doing schoolwork and doing all this stuff that everybody else is doing, and knowing that my passion was music, and that God had given me that to use as like a weapon, you know, to use as a source for people to hear about Christ. I wanted what God had for me. So I decided, screw it, I'm moving to Atlanta, I'm gonna make music. Moving to Atlanta was tough in some ways, where it was like I had to meet new friends, and I had a lot of friends here that I, didn't have with me anymore. I don't have my family, which is like the most important thing. And so Reach did not happen overnight at all. I was literally like working at Publix in Roswell, Georgia. That was tough. I was in there scrubbing toilets, cleaning floors, bagging groceries, all that stuff, trying to provide for my music. So that made the adjustment kind of tough too.
So I remember when you were working at Publix, not even that long ago, bro.
Yeah.
And you were kind of feeling that tug of like, man, I need to leave this to pursue, what God's wanted me to pursue. And I remember when I was at my job, what the Lord told me, and I told you the same thing. I said, what if this is what the Lord wanted you to do? You know what I mean? What if the Lord just wanted you to work at Publix?
Yeah.
Would you be okay with that? And I remember the look on your face. You were like,
yeah.
I don't know, man. Would I be okay with that?
Working a job you don't want to work, and having passions and desires for things that you wish you could do, that could take a toll on you when those two are like clashing. And I had to take that question and wrestle and figure out if I'm here working every day, and I have Christ, isn't that enough? I made a song called If I Gave It All on my EP, Broken Heart. And it was written out of that place of just what if I'm here my whole life, and I never signed a deal. Will that be enough? Would God be enough? If I gave all my ambitions away, gave away the want for fame, for God, for what He wants, would that be enough? So that song came out of such a real place of surrender. Doing anything for God is enough. If God has you somewhere, if you hate it, but He has you there forever, you have Him forever. He's forever, so yeah, it's enough. Atlanta kind of sped up the process, being able to build connections. Whenever I got signed, I didn't even feel like I made it. I went back to the crib, was chilling, still got my white Ford Focus, barely any food. No, I don't got a crib. You dig?
It ain't really much different from when you was in Brunswick though. You know what I mean? In Brunswick, it was you're still doing the same thing, still doing freestyling, still eating at Willie's, you know what I mean?
Mine was like, when I'm going homecoming kid, you think every day gonna change.
You
get around, you go right back to work.
No cap,
That's exactly how it is.
Being signed to Reach and, doing this music is not the whole scope of my life. It's not everything. I serve with a church called Crossover ATL, which is a branch of City Takers, and I serve with City Takers as well, which is urban missions, and it uses hip hop, to glorify Jesus and to reach people. And so when I started to embrace that, man, there was joy being, even at work, helping people.
You just plugged right in and just started running. Yeah. And your heart was more than just music. Your heart was always like, man, I really want to reach people. I want to make disciples. And so that alone, as a minister of the gospel, I want to help people like that.
My relationship with God should be where all this stems from. Following Christ in the midst of challenging yourself to be obedient is worth it. It's worth being obedient.
I feel like going forward, like I said the day we, squared the deals, we're in for the marathon. So your music you're making is incredible. That's I'll say that to any. You can't deny it. You got some bops. I feel it's the sky's the limit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, me too, man.
I think your obedience of saying yes, if this is what you want from me, I'm okay with that. And so saying yes to him, it was like, it's really about your heart. You know what I mean? So you are Hulvey at Publix, you're Hulvey at Walmart, you're Hulvey on the stage, you're Hulvey off the stage. And so I'm excited to see the impact that you're gonna have, for real.
Me too.
Let's do this.